everyone, and welcome to Off the Wall. My name is Sol, and today I'll be talking about all the books I've recently read, recently being relative. As always, remember to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So, I had the worst reading slump from February to April and didn't finish a single book. Not one. Just slowly read multiple books, and I had to get out of the funk. So, the first book I read in the second quarter of the year, which is the reason I didn't do a second quarter wrap up video because it was the only book I read in the second quarter of the year. That was Happy Places by Emily Henry. I wanted a book that wasn't going to have to use a lot of my brain to read, so I chose a romance book. And Emily Henry is so freaking popular that I decided to see what the hype was about. I have mixed feelings about this book because there's a lot of good in it, but there's also some bad. So, yeah, mixed feelings. First off, this book is written extremely well. I love the prose, the way Emily Henry describes a scene, you can see it vividly in your head. The book is so descriptive. The sights, the sounds, the smells. I kind of want to do a summer trip to the coast of Maine after reading this book because it seems absolutely lovely. For the plot, you have this group of friends that since college they have gone on a yearly trip to Maine, and through the years they have coupled up. Harriet, who goes by Harry, and Wyndham, who goes by Wyn. Absolutely terrible names. I hated them. um, they have just broken up before their annual trip, and to not ruin the trip for everyone else, they pretend to still be together. Throughout the book, you're going back and forth between present day and the past, going through how those two started off as friends, to secret dating, to letting everyone know, to meeting each other's parents, to living together, etc. Throughout the book, both present and past, you can see that these two people are clearly in love with each other, and you're constantly wondering what caused them to break up. This is probably why I spread through this book, because the only info we got at the beginning of the book is that the breakup lasted over a 4-minute phone call. And the amount of love they express to each other throughout the book, you don't really do that to a person you love. And so I had to find out what happened. Like, it was one of those, okay, what is going on here? Why did they break up? Because they seem to really love each other, but they broke up over a 4-minute phone call. What happened? And let me tell you, that part was so unsatisfying. I legit had to put my phone down. I was reading it on my phone and take a walk because I got really mad at Wynn's character. Uh, it was just not a good way of their breakup, and it kind of ruined the book for me. This book is one of those miscommunication books. All 6 of the characters needed to sit down and talk things out. They were all harboring hurt feelings for one reason or another and just kept it to themselves. And you can understand why they kept it to themselves, but it still didn't make it any less frustrating. I tried to also read Beach Read from Emily Henry, and I DNF'd it. Again, it was well written, but it started off so depressing, and I wasn't in the mood for that, and it kind of caused another reading slump. But on to the next book. Guys, I finally finished A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. Like I said at the beginning of the first quarter wrap up video, it was taking me forever to read this book, and it wasn't because I didn't like the book, it was me. I enjoyed it as much as I did the first time I read it, and I'm glad for the reread because there were elements of the book that I forgot about, and it helped me be prepared for book 2, which I'm currently reading right now, and hope to finish much quicker than I did book 1. I really enjoy the 2 POVs, Malik and Princess Karina, and book 2 also keeps those 2 POVs. If I had to pick a favorite of the 2, it's Malik. If you want more in depth of what this book is about, go watch my other book videos where I've talked about it multiple times because it was taking me forever to read this book that I really, really enjoyed, but still took forever. Lastly, for my recent reads, like I said before, the middle of this year has been rough when it comes to my reading life. I read Coming Home by Brittany Griner. For those who don't know, Brittany Griner, nicknamed BG, is a WNBA player and 3-time Olympic gold medalist the most recent at the Paris Olympics. Like a lot of other WNBA players, BG had to play overseas in the WNBA offseason to supplement her income because WNBA players do not get paid enough. And in February of 2022, she was wrongfully detained by Russia and pretty bogus drug smuggling charges and was in Russian captivity until a one-for-one prisoner swap brought her home in December of the same year. The book Coming Home details her time in Russian captivity and adjusting back to normal life and getting back into shape to be able to be an athlete after she came home. BG returned to the WNBA in May of 2023 after losing a lot of weight, muscle mass, and being completely out of shape. She spoke about being winded after a few minutes of playing basketball, about how she couldn't lift as much as she used to, and how she took for granted her body being in shape and working her ass off to get back to WNBA and Olympic athleticness. I was already a fan of BG as someone who's a big basketball fan and loves watching Team USA during the Olympics, but this book made me even more so. The Phoenix Mercury are currently in 7th in the WNBA standing at the time of this recording and will be in the playoffs going against the Minnesota Lynx. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like and subscribe to Off the Wall for more bookish content. By the time this video comes out, it'll be Hispanic Heritage Month in the States, and I have an ambitious TBR for that, which I'll let you guys know how I did when I do the wrap-up. I don't want to give you guys a TBR and then not actually read the books that are on this TBR because of my fickle, moody readerness. Also, if you're a Marvel fan, Josh and I just did an Agatha All Along review, so go check that out. Link will be down below, and see you next time.